On the channel, Halloween is right around the corner, so no better time to unbox the figure obscura Headless Horseman.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for a little Halloween theme unboxing here today. Today we've got from Mythic Legions the 4 Horsemen figure obscura Headless Horseman, and this is a real interesting one as I am filming this video on Saturday for what it's worth. But the Saturday before that, all of a sudden they said, hey, guess what? Surprise! We got a figure drop here on, the Mythic Legions 4 Horsemen website, things like that. They get the word out, of course. But they said, hey, surprise announcement, surprise drop. I think it dropped at like 1 in the morning, 1 that evening, so all time zones had a chance. It's a limited one-day only drop, and this is what it is. It is the Headless Horseman, obviously a great story, a spooky tale. I remember hearing about the Headless Horseman in grade school when I was a little kid, kind of that story. I know there was a cartoon, maybe it was a Disney cartoon for all I remember. Been a long time. But a very, very cool idea, and just being a limited release for one day only gets a lot of hype around it, gets a lot of people that maybe would be on the fence if it was a week long, a month long, something like that, to really pull the trigger immediately. That's what I did here. As you guys know, I dabble with the Mythic Legion style figures. I just can't afford, like a lot of us, to be all in on those with everything else we do collect. But man, they have some great figures. I pretty much keep myself limited to really cool characters and then the He-Man inspired figures. But things like this, things like Krampus last year, I could not pass up. I had to have them. So I was all in on this Headless Horseman from the get-go. I ordered it, and here we are 1 week later in my mailbox at my front door, ready to go, ready to be unboxed here. And that is pretty cool. And that's a nice little Halloween treat with this thing here. So soon, just a really cool market strategy there by the 4 Horsemen team. But of course, we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We got a lot of cool packaging with this one as usual. So let's start going through it here. But right there, you got the Headless Horseman. How cool does that look there? Very spooky background. I love the purple colors. Just awesome, awesome. On the side, figure obscura right up there at the top. And I believe it says sourcehorseman.com, sourcehorseman.com/figure obscura, storehorseman.com. And then on this side, we get a little tail of the Headless Horseman. I will take a picture of that. I'll put that in the video so you can pause it. I won't read this whole novel to you, but very, very cool. I love little blurbs on packaging. You guys know that. Little window box on the top. Warnings, UPCs back there. And then on the back, you get a big, big thing of the Headless Horseman. How cool is this packaging? But it gets even cooler. Now, we've seen this in the past with the 4 Horsemen packaging. It's almost like magnets. I don't know if it's magnets or what it is, but it's not stickers, but it makes it stick here. And this is just one piece that you can just unveil like so. Nice hard cardboard. Another background scene, a little diorama. You stick this up on your shelf for Halloween, put the Headless Horseman. You got an awesome decoration for Halloween time. Very, very cool. But then there it is. There's the old 4 Horsemen. Or I should say the Headless Horseman right there. You get extra heads. There's the big horse. That was the big selling point for me, was the horse. Love a horse. All the way back to Mr. Ed reruns on Nick at Night when I was a little kid. There you go. But yeah, the Headless Horseman right there in the package. Big window box. Just extremely, extremely cool. And one of these things that, of course, was only available for a day. 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, this is going to be a pricey piece because not a lot of people had a chance to get it. So it'll be interesting to see if this gets re-released with some paint changes, things like that. We're seeing that with Krampus. That went up last year. There's another one coming this year. Maybe they'll do the same thing here. We'll see what happens. But I think it is a smart business decision by the 4 Horsemen. I think they are doing really good work right here. And I'm ready for an Easter Bunny one. Give me an Easter Bunny drop. Let's give us some crazy Easter Bunny. Let's get that done. But without further ado, let me take this offline, get the twist ties, get everything out, and we'll be back talking all things Headless Horseman. All right, we're out of the package, and this thing is looking absolutely phenomenal. This is an exciting action figure here. Just amazing, amazing quality on this one. Now, it was about, $125 for this, so it is a pricier set, but it really does feel like you get what you pay for with this one. So let's start it off like we do all these reviews. Let's start with the accessories here. Let's go through it. And one thing we get here is a horse's mane. Oh, yes, a horse's mane. So you get a little flatter mane on the figure here, but you get a nice, crazy one here. So I love this idea. Of course, we'll have pictures of all this stuff. Little glamour shots in this very video. But I love the two differences. Really choose your own adventure on your horse. You want a wild horse or you want a more docile horse. And that's what this mane does for you. So we have that right there. We have hands. Of course, you got to have all the hands in the world here. And you get extra hands. So let's see. He's got 2 gripping hands on him. We get a gripping hand, a little bigger gripping hand, a little bigger gripping hand there. And then we get an up and down hinged gripping hand for the sword. So you can go a little fencing action. And then we get this one. And this one, I believe, yes, it does. So this is a hand. It's got a ball attached to it here, and you can stick this on there. So he can be holding this, and you pop this head off him. So you can really choose your own head adventure with this one. Have the heads on him, either head, or have him holding the flaming head or the regular head. Once again, choose your own adventure. But very, very cool. Gonna have to use this one. This is gonna be the one to use. There's no doubt in my mind there. Looking really good with that. Then you get a sword, of course, the Headless Horseman. Something's got to chop the head off. I guess he chopped his own head off with this sword. Nice detail, this sword. Got the nice silver, nice kind of a shine to it, a little sparkle in the silver. You get silver down below, but nice details. Nice sculpting here in the ribbed pattern and then a little kind of ball at the end. So a very, very nice sword, looking really good there. What else we got? We got a cape. Oh, it is cape season after all. We're getting into the thick of cape season here. And we do get a nice cape, of course, that goes over there. Very, almost Dracula-like cape. You got the red on the inside, black on the outside. Got a real chain here up top to connect. So I really do like that. Wires in here. Oh, yeah. It's a wired cape, so you can get even extra detail out of it with the wires. Once again, looks absolutely phenomenal. Love this. Nice soft cloth. Very sturdy, very heavy duty compared to a lot of figure cloth capes we get and things. Sometimes they're almost paper thin. You feel like you could rip them. This feels really, really good quality here. So I like that a lot as well. And then we get this, and I'm not totally sure what this one is. It almost looks like a head slashed in half, like brains or something. But maybe we'll figure this out somewhere along the way. But an interesting accessory as well. So a lot of good accessories with this pack, a very deluxe pack, as you can see, with the big horse and the figure. Do we start with the horse or start with the figure? I guess we'll start with the horse. Why not? Let's start with the horse. A horse is a horse, of course, as we all know. We learned that many years ago. But oh my, now, I don't have a lot of horses in my collection, believe it or not. I have the Gunslinger Spawn horse, and I have the Build-A-Figure Darkest Night. Is that what it was? I can't remember. From McFarlane Toys. So we'll compare that here in a second. But this thing feels so sturdy, where those ones from McFarlane, they're great horses. They look really good, but they feel a little bit hollow. This feels like a huge chunk of plastic. It is heavy. It is just a nice, nice horse. It's like Black Beauty if he was possessed by the devil, is what this looks like here. Nice red eyes there. You got a big open mouth, the tongue hanging out, the big old horse teeth. Looking really good. Got the big ears there. You do get articulation at the neck. A little bit of side to side, a little bit of up and down. Not terrible, just a little bit there. The head, yep, the head, you got a little bit up and down on the head as well for articulation. Of course, you got the legs up and down. You get knee articulation, and you get some boot cut right there, so you can move back and forth. And do we get any hoof action? Need that hoof action. Oh, yeah, the hoof's got some action as well. And then the back legs go up. Of course, the horse tail up and down all around. Very, very cool. So, man, this looks good. This is good. This is good. As far as horses go, this is the best horse figure I've ever had. And I'm not an equestrian guy, but boy, does this look good. And then he's got the red hooves, almost like they're on fire. That looks really good. We talked about the mane there. That looks really good as well. He's got an awesome saddle. You got the reins here, comes up. You can have him holding it. You got the place for the feet down below. Everything looks really nice. The detail, the sculpting, the musculature on this horse is really good. You can see the deep muscles in it, and a very, very tall horse. Stands just fine. There's no issues where the McFarlane ones, sometimes they'll fall over a little bit on you. This guy's not doing any of that at all. Just looks absolutely amazing. Let me grab some of those horses here. Let's grab the McFarlane one. Boy, we're about the same scale here, but definitely you could tell all day long this one in here in the middle in this pack is the superior horse. But boy, they don't look bad together. If you're setting up the Three Amigos or some kind of a cowboy western scene, you could use all three of these guys, I think. But you can kind of see the differences. Obviously, the price difference is a whole lot different. I don't know what these horses are. The Gunslinger Spawn box set there was like $50. It's probably $100 and some. It's about the same price for these, but you get all the Batman figures with it. So A little different play box, sandboxes as far as price goes. A little different too, as this was a very limited edition, sold only online, where these are at mass retail, GameStop in this case. So a little bit of differences there, but for the money, you can't go wrong with this Headless Horseman one. That is the one to buy. Obviously not going to be for everybody. I totally understand that. But boy, oh boy, does this just feels different. This feels like something extra special, where those feel like almost like a Dollar General toy in comparison to this one. Just in a tremendous, tremendous example of a horse in figure form. So now we turn our attention over to the old Headless Horseman here. An interesting one. So it is your Mythic Legion scale, Mythic Legion style figure. You're all in black going on. You got the black kind of vested overcoat with the big collar, looking really good there. You got the black gloves, the black kind of big forearm poofiness that we had back in the colonial area or whatever it was. Got the nice purple necktie there. That really sets this off as well. Gives it a little dash of color that it did not have. A lot going on here. A lot going on. Got the boot here, like kind of the boot guards, almost like shin guards, like a catcher would wear. Nice sculpting in those as well. Love the little bullet rivets here throughout in silver to add a little extra color here. Even some color on the pockets around the waist belt. You get some brown and some purple. And then the silver belt. Just really makes this feel very dark, but just a couple of dashes of color that make it feel even darker, if that makes sense. And then, of course, you do get the jack-o'-lantern head here, looking really good, looking mean, smiling, a really crazy, toothy pumpkin grin. You can kind of see the fire behind it. It almost looks like fire, but it's actually probably pumpkin guts, really. You got the stem at the top there. I would love to see like a little battery. Put one of those like little watch batteries in here and have these glow. I think that would be a really cool idea. Obviously, it does not happen, but I'm sure some of you customizers could really make that happen. But all day long, this other head is just absolutely amazing. This one looks very similar, except you got the fire coming out of the eyes, the big fire trail from behind, and this truly looks like good fire with the design. You get the colors here into the red at the top. Just phenomenal all across the board. I mean, I'm gushing for this thing. This thing is going to be a Halloween decoration and probably a year-round decoration in my family going forward. I can think of putting this right above the mantle, above our fireplace. I think this would look really good for the old spooky season we're in right now. That's why I got to open it now so we can get a little use out of it here for the next 30 days or so or whatever it is. But boy, let's walk through the articulation on this guy real quick. Of course, the arms go all the way around. You do get single jointed elbows, but you do get the old side to side and all kinds of movement there. Hands removable, as we know. Head removable, as we know. Side to side. Really no up and down with this one. A little bit, but nothing really to write home about. Waist articulation. You do get those big old Headless Horseman splits, because you're going to need to do the splits to get on that horse for sure. You do get a thigh cut. You do get single jointed knees. You get the side to side, but a little bit limited by the shin guards. Ankles up and down, back and forth. Good articulation there. Boy, just all around looking good. And let's see how well he fits on this horse. How well does he go on? I'm sure he's made for it. He better go on it pretty good, I would hope. And yeah, he does. He does go on there really good. Wow. I'm in for this one all day long. This is a great figure. Great this time of year. If you got this in February, you'd probably still like it. But now that we're right in the middle of Halloween season, or right in the start of Halloween season, it just hits a little bit harder, I think it does, because of the time of year we're in right now. Makes it feel a little bit more special. I don't think I can lasso this around. No, I can't. I'd have to take his head off and all that. But you can just imagine that with the cape going on there. He's ready to fight Lando Calrissian to see who has the best cape, who has the cape of 2022. Very well could be the Headless Horseman right here. I absolutely do love this figure. I recommend it. Unfortunately, you guys know how it goes with these things. If you want this now, you're going to have to go to the eBays, Mercaris of the world. I don't even want to look to see what this thing's going to cost right now. I'm sure it's not going. Nobody's going to give you any brother deals, give you a heck of a deal. It just is what it is. Supply, demand, and these timed limited releases, they always go up in value. They always get hard. Your best bet is probably to wait till like January, February, or at least after Halloween. Maybe it'll come down in price, but there's going to be a lot of people that get FOMO about this over the next week when people start receiving this. They're going to start unboxing and say, oh, I need this, and they're going to go spend $300-400 on eBay. I personally wouldn't recommend doing that, but it's your money. You can do whatever you want with it. That's the way it goes. That's, I guess, a capitalist society is what we're in. But very, very cool. I can't gush about this much more than this. Just really cool for the time of year. Absolutely do love it. A lot of good articulation, a lot of good accessories. The horse is the scene stealer for me, at least in this one. Just a lot to like about it. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? You picking this bad boy up? You playing the long game? You gonna wait? Did you even know this thing existed? And I gotta think a lot of viewers, maybe since it was like basically a 2-day window, in and out, gone, a lot of you guys probably didn't even know this thing was even on the market. And I understand that as well. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget the old subscription. Subscribe to the channel and like the video, like I said. But make sure you turn the notification bell on. I keep recommending the notification bell because I get so many people every day emailing me, Kyle, you ever going to review this? You going to review this? Well, I did. You just missed it or weren't paying attention or for whatever reason. So if you hit the notification bell, you should at least get notified, and then you can put it in your memory bank. Oh, yeah, he did review that. So hit the old notification bell while you're here when you subscribe. Don't forget about social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter is where you can find me. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. And then don't forget about the Patreon, your best way to support the channel and content like this. You get exclusive videos, bonus videos, new videos, you get pizza reviews, you get first access to things, you get giveaways, a lot going on over there on the Patreon. And like I said, best of all, you support the channel. Also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com. So, well, there it is for the Headless Horseman. I am Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.